Hey guys, and welcome to a really fun video. In this video, I'm going to be playing 20 questions cubing edition with VK Cubed. Let's get into it. Just before we start the video, I just want to say sorry for not uploading last week. I've just been super busy, but it's going to be back to normal this week. I'm sure none of you really cared anyway. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be doing 20 questions with VK Cubed. I've asked him 20 questions and he's asked me 20 questions. I'm going to answer his questions for me in this video, and then on his channel he's going to make a video answering my 20 questions for him. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so his first question is, what is your favourite lube? Ooh, straight out with the toughies. I don't know, I'd probably say the MoYu M lube series. That's M1, M2 and M3. That's got like the controllable fast and slowy feeling, and that's just works perfectly for me. I use that in all my cubes, like a mixture of the three when I'm setting them up and stuff, and I found a good amount that I use in them to make the puzzles feel really nice. What do you do other than cubing? I really like playing sport. The ones I play the most are Australian rules football and basketball. Aussie football is probably my favorite sport, but I also like doing other sports like golf, running, cycling, that sort of stuff. What's your favorite subject at school? I'm gonna say it. I know this is a bit weird, but I'm gonna say maths, and also PE or phys ed, whatever you say it in your part of the world. Maths is a bit of a weird one, like to say is your favorite subject, but I don't know. There's something about it and like working with numbers that I just really enjoy. How did you start cubing? I started cubing on Boxing Day 2018 when I got given a cube for Christmas and messed it up. I was like, oh dang, and I read the instructions that came in the box to solve it, and then once I solved it, I was like, oh my gosh, I actually did that, and so I was like, I wonder if I can solve a 3x3, and so I got up a website, got my 3x3, and managed to solve it. I was just amazed when I did. And then lo and behold, a year later I can solve a cube in 15 seconds. Who inspires you to get fast? That's a really good question. I don't think there's anybody in particular, but I think just the people around me. Like that being all my friends who cube, like people on YouTube and stuff that I watch. Just all them, seeing them achieve and just get fast and stuff, just makes me want to get fast as well. What is your favourite event? I'm going to go 3x3 for this one. I know that's really generic and stuff, but I just really enjoy the event. It's really fun. 4x4 though is a close second. I really enjoy that and like the different aspects that brings and how it's so different to every other event. Would you rather have a world record for an event or podium at World Championship for that event? That's a really good question. If I could choose, I'd probably go for the 3x3 world record. It's just because it's so well known, and that would just be such an amazing thing to have. What do you think of Speedcube Shop versus the Cubicle? I'm not really sure. I don't follow them hugely and stuff just because I'm sponsored by another shop and everything. And also I don't even really live in America, so I didn't order from them originally. But I think what they do for cubing is great, and it's hard to compare both of them, to be honest, because they both do such different things opposed to each other. Where will cubing be in the next decade? That's really hard to tell. I mean, cubing's grown so much in the most recent decade. There's been so much more participation and hardware going into cubes and stuff like that. It's really hard to see where it will be in the next decade. Hopefully it'll be so much more people participating and stuff like that. That's happened over the last decade, and also that way, if there's more people participating, there'll be more competitions and more cubes and hardware, and the whole cubing scene will just get so much bigger and it'll be so much better. Do you think 3x3 hardware will improve? Well, I mean, it's got to improve, and it's hard to say where it will improve. I mean, magnets, corner cutting, all that sort of stuff, it just seems so, like, no one could really see that coming, and so it's hard to see where it will go. If you understand what I'm saying. Which brand do you think will bring the biggest innovation in cubing is what I think he means. I think Ganz will. They've done some really amazing stuff recently, particularly with the Ganz XS. I think with their new 356M series opening up, now that they've got the range from budget, premium, and middle range cube, that's just going to really elevate them so much more, and it's going to be so amazing to see what they're going to be doing in the next few years. Who was your favourite cuber? Probably Jack Kai. He doesn't really do much of the same events that I do and stuff, but I really enjoy like watching him on YouTube and stuff in his Road to World Records series. And I've met him before, and he's just a really good person, and yeah, he's probably my favourite. What do you think of Rue vs CFOP? That's a really good question. That not many people cared about Rue like 2 years ago and stuff. It's getting a lot more attention and people switching over to it. And I mean, what's not to like about it? Super fast souls with little TPS. I can see why lots of people are switching over, and honestly, I'm even considering making a switch soon as well, just to try it out and see how it goes. I think Sean Patrick Villanueva, or however you say his name, his Philippines World Record solve just really played a massive part in that, and so I think a lot of people have switched to Rue because of that. Where do you see yourself in cubing after a year? Well, hopefully I'll still be cubing. I dare say I'll probably be like 10-second average on 3x3, and just like, you know, that above average cuber, or like someone who's been cubing for 2 years, I guess. Just what you'd expect, sort of thing. What's your favorite timer app? Recently I've been using, I've mostly been using Chow Timer, but recently I won a giveaway and I got a timer called 5 Timer for free. Normally that's $2 and I don't really buy any apps, but honestly this timer is amazing. If you guys do have money to spend, I totally recommend getting this one. It's only $2, and it's pretty, and it's really good. It's got a lot of other features that you won't get in most timers, and I totally recommend using this one. Where do you see your channel in the next year? Well, hopefully it'll still be running, and if it's still running, then I'd like to have like almost 1,000 subs or something. Just to have people watch and enjoy my videos, I think, would just be the thing that makes me happy the most. That's what makes me really happy with how my channel is going right now, to see people watching and enjoying my videos. Which 3x3 was the biggest hardware jump in cubing history? I've only been cubing for a year, so I can't really say which 3x3 in particular, because I don't really know many from before I was cubing. But I'd probably say the biggest cubing feature would be corner cutting. I can't imagine where cubes would be today without corner cutting, and that was by far the biggest thing to happen to cubing. Which company would you like to own, Gan or Moyu? I'm gonna say Moyu for this one. Gan's always been a really top of the range cube company. People have always loved them, except they don't really do every event. With Moyu, they're in every single event except clock, and they've got cubes for budget, middle range, and premium. And I think just to be a part of that, and helping the cubing community in that way would just be a great thing. What do you think of clock? Well, I've actually been practicing clock quite a bit lately, like just playing around with it and stuff. I do quite enjoy it. I know a lot of people really hate clock and don't really like it and stuff, but I personally find it enjoyable. I think it's quite a fun event. Okay, last question. If people still use the Diane Zanchi, do you think people would be able to get sub 7 averages? I don't know, that's tough because once again, I wasn't cubing when the Zanchi was out, but I'm gonna say, yeah, I mean, it's possible. The Zanchi was a revolutionary cube at the time, and I think that people would be able to get a 7 average still. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys go check out VK Cube's channel to ask his answers to my questions. Make sure that if you guys need a cube that you guys go shop at the Cube Shack. They got amazing, great quality cubes at super low prices, and even have their own line of premium cubes, which I'd highly recommend checking out. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and leave a comment below asking me what questions you would ask me. I hope you guys are staying safe from the virus. I'll see you guys next week with another video, and until then, happy cubing.